Hi, thanks for tuning into Atomic-Moto's dogfight between the Gaerne SG-10 and Gaerne SG-12 motocross boots. Okay, you can't have a conversation about the best motorcycle boots in the world without including this brand. Gaerne is a favorite of ours at Atomic-Moto, and in fact, the SG-10 is a favorite model of mine. This is my personal pair. It's actually my third pair, not because I've worn them out. I tend to use them for a little while, sell them with low use, and then get something else. But I keep circling back to the SG-10s because they're that good. However, we often get questions from people asking, hey, what's the difference? I've read all the bullet points. What's the difference between 10s and 12s on the bike? Should I spring for the 12s or should I stick with the 10s? So we decided that we were going to answer that question more subjectively and in greater detail. We took a pair of SG-12s off the shelf and rode in them a whole bunch, even exchanged them with some other people and compared the two back to back. We've got some good information for you so that you can make the right choice. Let's dive into that. First, let me hit some of the basics. The SG-10 retails for $359.77. Comes in sizes 6 up through 14. That's a pretty broad range of sizes. Should cover just about anybody. They weigh about 5.1 pounds here for this size 11 and about 4.99 for the size 10, which is what we usually what we usually measure. That's pretty heavy for a motocross boot. That's near the upper end of the range. The SG-12 retails for $477.99. It comes in sizes 8 through 13, a narrower range. And it weighs about 4.5 pounds for this size 11 and about 4.4 for a size 10. So it's a higher end model, has more stuff going on, but it weighs less. Let's talk about some things that they share. The first thing that they share, start from the bottom of the boots, is a Goodyear welt sole construction. That means that the sole is stitched on, and this is our favorite, our preferred method of sole construction. It's old school boot making. It's more rugged, more protective, more durable, and it can be resoled. The soles used on them are a dual compound and they're very, very durable. Gaerne is known for having soles that don't wear out even on sharpened pegs. Some other things they share: a great, simple, but great buckle design. It's a simple pass-through buckle. It's not a leverage buckle like the new Alpine Stars buckles or the CD buckles. It's just a simple locking lever. The base, though, is attached to the boot. It works very well, very durable, very easy to operate with or without gloves on, and that also can be replaced. And that's shared across both boots. Some other things they both have lots of memory foam inside, and I want to emphasize this point. This is one of the defining things about these two models, and I'll show you here on this cutaway SG-10 I've got. Both of them, especially the 12, have a lot of thick memory foam here in the ankle area and then a little bit again here over the toe. And that gives them this really super comfort. When you put as you're sliding your feet into the boots, they kind of resist and then just go shoosh and drop in and feel really secure in and around the ankle. The SG-12 has a little bit more of that foam padding around the toe. That's not really making it more comfortable, pardon me. It doesn't make it more comfortable, but it makes it more compact. Some other things that they share: they both have mechanical pivots. Let me turn these here so you can see. You can see the SG-10 has a single pivot. It pivots down here. This other area right here is just a pivot for the strap. The SG-12 has a dual pivot, a really trick dual pivot design. It's had it for quite a while. This is one of the first ones to do it. And you know, if you watch any of our other videos, that the bombers prefer mechanically pivoting boots. Every boot should have that. That's a good thing. Some other things that they share: well, fit. This is an important characteristic about this brand. You know, there are lots of boots out there that fit really well, but if I had to pick one brand that nails the fit thing across its entire line, Gaerne is it. All of their boots fit really well. All of their boots are really comfortable. No other brand does as good a job at fit as Gaerne in our opinion. What are some of the differences? Well, let's speak to that also. Let's speak to fit. The first thing is the SG-10 is one of its best attributes, one of its things that it's famous for is it's got a wide toe box. And let me show you that. Here you can see visibly it's a nice wide toe box. I'll give you a couple of different shots. In fact, we'll drop some detail shots in here. The SG-10 has a nice wide forefoot that's really comfortable even when you're in them a long time all day. Now if you don't have a wide foot, there's no penalty to that because the ankle is really secure. But if you do, this is a good boot for you. The SG-12, now Gaerne worked really hard to make this a more compact toe box. It's not as wide, it's lower and it's a little bit narrower. It's a little bit easier to get under shift lever. Now I still wear, for example, for myself, I still wear a size 11 or 46 in both of these boots, but when I put the 10s on, brand new, straight out of the box, they fit me really well. I've got plenty of room. When I put the 12s on, it took about a ride or two until they packed out where I really had enough room. I have a pretty wide set of feet, but between the two, the 10 and the 12 have a little bit different fit. Some other things that are different, well, you know, there's a dual pivot design on the SG-12, and this is supposed to give a more linear action and have a mechanical stop. The SG-10 has a single pivot. This is more of a racing boot in our opinion, and there was an irony about trying the two on. The 10 actually felt like it had a little bit better flex. The 12 had a little bit more resistance. We really struggled to figure out why until we discovered one thing, and the story of this is here in the front of the boot. I want you to look closely at that. The SG-12 has a short shin plate, so does the SG-10. The SG-12 has an extension plastic piece down here and a pretty wide strap that goes over the front of your leg. If you look at the SG-10, it's much more open in that area. It's just padded PVC. This has more protection and more support for fore and aft movement, twisting, etc., and a little bit more protection for objects that may impale you if you're riding off-road. On the other hand, the SG-10 has a slimmer and almost more compact ankle. You feel it wrapping around your ankle a little bit more, and it's actually a little bit easier to flex. It's a little bit more comfortable. And this is really the defining, in our opinion, this is the defining difference between these two boots. The 10 is a great boot, but it's a nice boot for all-day use, for backcountry, for dual sport, for even walking. As a motocross boot, this is a pretty good boot for walking. The SG-12 is lighter, it's more compact, it's got more protection, more rigidity, it's more of a serious piece of equipment. And so that's really something that we think is a key difference between the two. There's some other differences also. Let me show you the profile of the two side by side. You know, if you look at the two boots, they're both the same size, but the SG-10 is visibly larger than the SG-12, and it feels that way on the motorcycle. The 10 is bottom heavy. You know, there's a good amount more weight in this boot, but most of it is all in the sole area. The SG-12 is a good half-pound lighter and feels it. When you're on the motorcycle, it's a little easier to move around. You feel a little bit more mobile, a little bit more nimble, a little more active on the motorcycle. But conversely, if you're going to spend a long time in the boots, you know, if you stop for a period of time, you know, I can leave these on all day, and these, you know, when I get back to the truck, I'm ready to take them off. There's a pretty big difference in comfort. You know, the build quality of both is excellent. I can't say enough about this. I've watched lots of different boots out there, and you see people that have had these 3, 4, 5 seasons, and they're still holding together. Both models, 3, 4, 5 seasons, is still held together. So the build quality on both of them is outstanding. But in our opinion, the biggest difference is if you're looking for the more serious piece of equipment, the SG-12 is for you. And if you're looking for a really great, still very serious piece of equipment, but something that has a big dose of comfort, one of the most comfortable MX boots sold, perhaps almost the most comfortable, the SG-10 is it. And there's also a big price difference between the two. So that is our dogfight between the Gaerne SG-10 and Gaerne SG-12 motocross boots. We hope it helped you make a decision. We are Atomic-Moto, www.atomic-moto.com, home of the Bombers. Your mission focused on getting you the right gear for you, your bike, your type of riding, in some cases your region. We're not a big shop, but we're very hands-on. Actually, let me emphasize this. We don't strive to be the biggest shop. There are plenty of those out there. We strive to excel at what we do. That is the one goal that we have. I don't care how big we are. I just care that we are good at what we do. And part of that is being very hands-on with product, knowing how it works, knowing how it performs on the bike, and being able to explain that to you so you can make the right choice for yourself. We hope that resonates with you, and we hope to see you out on the bike, out on the trail.